Okay, so I'm about to make a video of making coffee in my kitchen. Probably the last time you'll ever see this kitchen looking like this. Do you think it's the last time? No. So I thought you said that you thought the kitchen was going to be torn out next week.
Yes, that's true. I was just thinking that they might see the kitchen between now and then.
No. Well, I don't know, maybe. Probably not though, because there's a lot going on outside. So do you want to like line out the rough plan? I know there's a lot of moving parts.
That's what I'm learning. You know, I know carpentry pretty good, but I don't really know like getting materials and like when you're having cabinets made, because I can't really build like
the shelves, or I mean the drawers.
The drawer stacks is my biggest thing. I could probably do everything else, but the drawer stacks was like, I probably could figure it out, but I also had to figure out like, I can't just focus on that because I'm still needed outside for gardening stuff.
I'm eating my food. So we're doing this totally crazy project right now, which the time of year is making the project more difficult.
That's true. But
however,
completing the project will make
the rest
what we're
of the
doing this time of the year way
easier.
Better.
Because we tripled our garden spaces and are like hugely branching out into raising more meat animals, and that means we have to preserve that stuff. Now, we got our house as a foreclosure. It was a fantastic deal. It was a huge blessing.
To find land with a house big enough for our large family was honestly huge. An impossible feat that God overcame.
Yeah. But we had to throw all of our budget on the front end in getting everything mechanically sound, and then over the next handful of years we just focused entirely on the farm. And so over the last year we've started like improving our house again, and we're finally around to the kitchen, and we knew this was coming. So like when the cabinet doors fell off and the drawer fronts. The cabinet doors fell off again. Again. I mean, like we've patched them and we finally were just like, whatever, we know we're about to fix it. So whenever the dishwasher messed up, whatever, we're about to replace it. When the fridge messed up, we kind of like...
whatever, we fixed it.
We just pinned, you know, like kind of got it where it would function. And then our oven went out for like the 5th time. And so we're like, you know what? We're gonna remodel our kitchen. And I'm super excited, don't get me wrong. Like I am super, super excited. I spend so much time in the kitchen. Like this is huge for me more than anything else. Like we are gonna see Jeremiah this excited when we finally build his shop, because that's where he works. I work in this kitchen a lot. But right now it's kind of like, oh my goodness, what are we biting off here?
Oh, it'll be fine.
So we kind of wanted to do a little bit of a view. See, we've already started here moving stuff around. We wanted to do a video sort of like for posterity's sake of what the kitchen looks like now, and kind of talk about our plans from where we're standing right now. One of the things that we've been weighing out is trying to keep the space as functional as possible, because obviously we're feeding a lot of people. Not having a kitchen for a long period of time is not a very feasible option for us. We don't really do a lot of like fast food or restaurant food, and even if we wanted to go that route, we live like 30 minutes from everything. So even if we wanted to do that, it still wouldn't be functional. So we really need to be able to feed our family. And so what we're trying to do here is gather up all the materials, get everything together so that we can really just gut the thing and put it back together as quickly as possible. And by we, I mean Sweet Maya, because I am not gonna be remodeling. I will feed everybody during that time. Yes, I can paint. That's my chore. Whenever we do any sort of work, I do the painting. All right, so you wanna run us through kind of the general plan?
Okay, well there's a lot that's changing, obviously, but there are some things that we're going to keep. Okay, so like this fixture, for instance.
Oh, this is sentimental value.
This is sentimental value fixture. This was like the biggest splurge purchase we had when we first moved in. It was like, everything else is like just not good. But I was like, we're getting a nice dining room fixture. It's not gonna stay in the dining room because the way we're redesigning things, the dining room's gonna have to shift this way. So this will be like in the middle of your walking space, and I've already hit my head like 4 or 5 times. So this fixture is actually gonna be in the kitchen above the future island. Jessica's pegboard pop holder is going to get a makeover, and this is going to stay.
And we're changing kind of like the footprint here, opening this up.
Yeah, this jutting out is not going to be here. It's just going to continue on to the edge of the window.
And then over there.
Oh, and then I'm going to build the bookshelf. I'm going to do a floor-to-ceiling bookshelf here for all the books.
Cookbooks.
This is like a tenth of the cookbooks. So this.
Yeah, I love cookbooks.
Right in this area. This will be flat. I'm going to build a custom island right here.
Which is going to be more like a table, sort of, like a skinny table type thing. It'll be movable.
You guys will love it.
I love how you're explaining this.
Hey, this drop down is the thing that they did back in the 80s. It's just empty space. Tearing all that out. Here up is going to be open shelves. No more microwave. Just doing a range hood, which is going to open up this space. Converting to a gas oven.
Yay! So we can can.
So this right here to can with, if you can't tell, there's like less than 12 inches between here. Like this is Jessica's.
My American pressure canner just barely fits underneath there, but I have to pull it out to take the.
Being like, oh, there's not enough space.
That's
nightmares. Not enough space. Rattle, rattle, rattle. So that's gonna be great. This is just gonna convert to a stack of drawers. We have to actually open up for our bigger fridge because this is a tiny fridge and we got a nice fridge now, which also means I gotta move this door over some.
We're actually in there where the pantry is, which it's really a mess, but that's all coming out and there's gonna be big open shelves for there. So I'll show you guys that later.
Yeah, we're gonna do a whole pantry remodel and I know you guys will love to see that because I've got some good ideas for like just different shelving that'll
for
hold
all
different sized jars
yeah.
and just all kinds of stuff. So we're doing like a white Subway tile backsplash, farmhouse sink, nice new faucet that's actually down in the garage. You know, update the window, open shelves. This is going away. This will all go away.
And guess what else we're getting rid of? Oh, the fluorescent lights.
We'll have this cool Edison bulb drop down lighting above the island. We're gonna have nice adjustable can lights. And actually, this is all popcorn. And what we're gonna do is they've actually came out with it's called an MDF compressed wood. All right, and it's an MDF shiplap, and it's way more affordable than like a pine. And so since it's going on the ceiling, it's not gonna get wet. We're actually gonna do this really cool MDF shiplap through all the ceiling.
So that's a lot. It's gonna be a lot. But I'm really, really excited. This is something that we've wanted to do for a long time, and making a really functional kitchen space is gonna be awesome for what we do because I spend a lot of time cooking. What are you most excited about?
Actually, the thing that I'm most excited about, we already are currently using. The fridge.
Oh yeah. Notice here, we have our fridge in our living room. The new fridge is over here, which is awesome. We bought our new appliances at a local scratch and dent place. We got really good deals. And you can see I moved my kitchen table over here. And this is my cookware that I'm keeping. And then I got rid of a lot of stuff because we are gonna be kind of just downsizing junk. And we have a big metal shelf unit that we're gonna put out here for now and put our food on. Like, it's gonna be our pantry area for now so that we can tear all that out. So we're getting kind of creative here.
Oh, we're putting down new floors, which we do love these floors.
But they're peeling up. Yeah, we get asked a lot about this. I'm actually really gonna miss this floor. It makes me sad, but it's pretty.
We're going with the solid color, like vinyl, I'm pretty sure, vinyl plank.
Something that'll be really sturdy.
Water resistant, sturdy.
I will miss my floors. Because our house was a foreclosure, it was like a very cheaply done flip, and I mean cheaply done, and it had this super thin carpet in it that you would walk on certain parts and the tack strip would poke you in the foot. And we really wanted to do new floors. We could not afford it. And Jeremiah's brother was...
The worst part about the carpet was that in this one space there were 4 seams.
Oh, it was so bad. I think the tack strip in the foot was actually worse than that.
No.
I guess if you're really particular about details, maybe not. But it was really rough. Jeremiah's brother got a job at a floor covering place, and they were closing out their warehouse, and they had all these mix match boxes of the same brand of laminate
in different colors.
And we got it for 10 cents a square foot. We did the entire upstairs, all these big living spaces in the hallways in our upstairs for $100.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
But it hasn't lasted.
But 5 years is not bad for as heavy traffic as it's been. I mean, like, we've been so rough on this floor, and it was already clearly some of the places are like seconds, like the print's not right on them and stuff. So, I mean.
And anywhere where we made a mistake, like I overfilled the Berkey once at night, and it like put 2 gallons of water on the floor. Like, it didn't really do well there.
Human error. But it served us well. I will miss our floors. It's just like sentimental thing to me. It was just like a total thing of provision, and I found that we did not have the ability to do it.
So I'm out back now by the high tunnel. We've got the high tunnel structure done, but there's still stuff that we have to do. As far as the high tunnel goes, one of those things that we were really pushing for today, I had Jackson working on it, me and Ben Turn, is the irrigation. Because this is covered and no longer gets any access to the rain, we have to be able to water it. And so we've actually already got all of our drip line run and have actually started digging a water line over to the greenhouse so we can actually bring it in and get it set up on a drip irrigation system. So for the time being, we're just hooking the hose up to the end of the pressure regulator, which allows the drip line to function, but then we have to disconnect the hose and hook it up to the next beds. I'm sure she mentioned it though, but the tomatoes inside the greenhouse are just growing phenomenally fast. And I think honestly some of them are as big as the ones that got planted way before them up in the OG garden, which is just interesting to see. Like, I just didn't, I guess I just didn't really think about that. Like, these are going to be doing very good out here. Here's one of the big things we worked on today. This is our main water line trench. We dug it all the way up to where the water line from the well comes in to the hydrant for the pigs. See, there's the Piggly Wigglies. So we're gonna have to tie into that pipe right there, and we'll run a new line for the greenhouse, and we'll run a little jut off of it to the other in-ground garden space right here. We're actually gonna have to move this hydrant to out here at the front of this hole, because that hydrant actually is gonna fall in the area where the shop foundation is gonna go. So we've started preparing the space to get the foundation in for the shop so we can get the shop in. I think we're shooting for July, because we're actually gonna have to take down this old chicken coop, which is now currently the duck house, because this is actually where the shop's gonna go. And we've also had to tie in right here for the potatoes, all of those squash and okras and stuff, and also the sweet potatoes. So we're today and tomorrow has been mostly just irrigation work, but that's not the real reason I brought you guys out back without Jess. I wanted to talk about something that happened on the live yesterday. Let me bring everybody up to speed, and so we're all on the same page. I'm also doing this so that way, as what I'm about to talk about unfolds in the future, you're not confused if you didn't catch the live yesterday. So for starters, every Sunday night at 7, which the time could change, but right now it's been 7, it'll stay 7 until we announce something different. But anyways, every night at 7 on Sunday, we go live from our channel, and we have a live chat Q&A session that can turn into all kinds of stuff. It's usually fun. It's usually a lot of just laughing and having a good time. We'll talk about just everything that's going on in our lives, interact with you guys. We really enjoy our live videos on Sunday. Yesterday was a special live video that I was not anticipating, because we're in there talking and we're hanging out, having a good time, and we were talking about an investment for our farm. Just something that we've been discussing as something we wanted to budget and put money towards, and that was a freeze dryer. Now, freeze dryer is essentially a food preservation system, and you can preserve it for a really long time. I don't want to get into all the details about freeze drying. That's not what this is about. But we've been wanting one for a really long time. Jessica's been wanting one for 8 years or something like that. Ever since we could grow anything at all, she has researched and talked about freeze drying, and honestly they've been building popularity over that time, but they're still really expensive. It's a very expensive tool. Because of that, it hasn't been the highest priority on our list. It hasn't been the thing that's most pressing, and so we've always just kept it on our dream list of something that we would do eventually. This last week, me and Jessica were just discussing, like, man, I think it's time to put the freeze dryer on the priority list, because we've tripled our garden space like we talked about. out. We're gonna need to be able to preserve it all. We really want to focus on like putting up food for a year. So I said, okay, let's put it on the list. We're gonna do it. Let's figure it out. And I was just talking about this on the live video, and a viewer of the live said, hey, I'll put money towards the freeze dryer if you'll eat a tomato. So for those of you who don't know, I'm not a big tomato person. I don't like raw tomatoes. I love everything tomatoes make. I just don't like to eat them raw. The last time that I tried, Jessica was in the garden with, she said, hey, try this one. I think you'll like this one. It's not like all the other tomatoes. And I grabbed it, and as soon as I put it to my mouth and bit in a little bit, I spit it out and just couldn't handle it. It's a textural thing. It's the squishiness and the seeds popping out and all that stuff. I just can't do it. I made this statement saying, hey, if you'll help Jessica get a freeze dryer, I'll totally eat. I'll eat a beefsteak tomato, which is one of those big tomatoes, right? And you know, I was kind of like, I'm a outward thinker, so I'm like outward processing. I wasn't fully thinking all that through as far as like, you know, this is really gonna happen. But then as soon as it came out of my mouth, I could just feel it like, oh no. Our amazing viewers are totally gonna make this happen, which means that I'm totally gonna have to eat this beefsteak tomato whenever it becomes tomato season. And I was right. So on this live last night, after I made that statement, you guys all started donating money towards Jessica getting a freeze dryer, and I think also a big component of this was watching me eat a tomato on a YouTube video. Not just any tomato, but like a giant tomato. And so we really wanted to just thank everybody who isn't on our Friends of Roots and Refuge Facebook page and say thank you guys for donating towards that. It's really blessing Jessica. She's kind of just like in awe right now. I think of two things. One, just how much you guys pour into her, and two, the fact that she's actually going to have a freeze dryer for this season. It's just kind of blowing her away. Now, as a husband, I really love to give my wife good things. I love to give her good gifts. I like to do above and beyond. Initially, we had decided to get like the medium-sized freeze dryer with the cheapest oil pump. Because of the cost, that's just what we felt like we could do. Like, okay, well, we can't get the bigger one, even though we might need the bigger one because of the size family we have and the amount of food we need to preserve. You know, we just really couldn't justify making the leap. And so the fact that you guys have donated $2,700, I've decided to take that and to work with our budget and get Jessica the bigger freeze dryer. So what that basically means is that we'll be able to put more food in it, and I'm also going to upgrade the pump so it's easier for her to function. The bottom line is Jessica's getting the freeze dryer. She's gonna get the one that she didn't think that she would ever be able to afford, and I'm gonna eat a giant tomato and I'll probably survive. And so really we just want to say thank you guys for helping make this happen. Thank you guys for just believing in us. Thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for subscribing and commenting and just enriching our lives. We're just speechless and we just feel so blessed. So we thank you. We love you guys. We bless you. Until next time.